So this should be an interesting video. It's time to go ahead and reassemble this E&L MMD-1/MI expansion card. We tore it down in a previous video. We've cleaned it all up. The PCB was ultrasonic cleaned. It's in about as good a condition as I can get it. I've touched up the silk screen as best I can. It's pretty close to the condition it would have been when it was delivered, assuming as a kit. I have the removed components all kind of laid out here. I believe these come off it as well. I could be wrong. We'll find out. I'm going to use new resistors where I can. I'll use new components where I can, although the logic I will keep the same. I'm going to use the original socket so it maintains that original look. The sockets have been completely tore down, cleaned, and reassembled. The tops come off these sockets. We looked at this in a previous video, if I can get one to actually come apart here. Now the tops will come off. Yeah, that's right. Drop it on the floor. Tops come off the sockets. The tops are removed. These are ultrasonically cleaned, put back together. So the sockets are as close to as an original shape as I can get them. Watch me ruin this socket here after getting these all put back together so well. There it is. So, it'll be as close as we can get it. But the idea here is to kind of have the experience as you would have had in about 1981 had you built this as a kit. So I have a copy of the manual here. It gives some principles of operation. It comes with the LD-PROM, which is load dump. Lets you load and dump memory to a cassette recorder. It adds some memory. It adds some spots for some 1702 ROMs. We don't have the debug ROMs on the machine. I'm going to need to see if I can find those and potentially program up some. I think they're 1702, so which means break the S100 machine out with the 1702 programmer. This connection it talks about on the MMD-1 is already made on the MMD-1 this came with. That's no surprise. Gives you some of the specs, principles of operation, and then finally we'll get into assembly here. Memory map and then assembly. And most of this stuff we have. So I guess let's just jump in and see what order it tells us to assemble. Starts with IC sockets. Interesting. So it's really just, that's it. It's pretty straightforward. So I guess really we can just work off of the board and the parts that we have. So it calls for resistor-wise immediately some, where are they? Were they on the next page? Yes. Because I'm going to do lowest profile to highest profile as I normally do. Some 1K, 5%. I do have some 1K. Of course, these might be 10%. No, I think they're 5%. 4 brown ones in here, I believe, were the originals that were over there. .0K, 1%. I wonder if I should have just put these back in. We'll have to measure them. 1.0K, 1%. 27.4K. That's interesting. It's calling for a 27, and that's a 27.4. And that should be a 1K again. So interesting that there was a 27.4 in there and it called for a 27. So I wonder, different revision of the board perhaps. 27.25. Boy, that's spot on. I should have just put these back in. And we'll just reuse the ones we should have been using in the first place. So, in this case, because they're high precision, and their spec is high precision, let's just run with them. So let's start with the 2.7K. If I can find it again. And it is mounted right here. You still don't want to go through there, do you? Why not? So that's the original 1%ers back in. Like I said, they were spot on. So now I think I'm gonna mount these on the back of the board. I didn't like how they were well, maybe I'm going to mount them on the back of the board. Wow, talk about having no luck. Because they were stacked like so. I guess we're just going to go with them stacked. Of course, this killed the lowest profile, working our way up. But that is what it originally looked like. Well, as you can see, this is going to be a really fun process. With the odd pin spacing. Are you going to push down through there? Nope. You really are not, are you? There you go. What a total royal pain this is. That's pretty much back in the original configuration. I'm going to shorten the leads up a little bit. A couple of these have slid through further. Other 1%ers here. 5%, 5%, 5%. Nope, that really was the only 1%ers. I don't want to really deal with all the used resistors. They're just a pain in the butt to deal with. 27, can go back into the 27. So let's come back. 1K, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 9 1Ks. .5 is too big. Well, let's try a 0.5. There's one of them right here. 4 seems to work better. Anyhow, I am not going to record all the resistors being put in, and we'll get these in. Together, and then I will finish the others off. These are steel pins versus something a little softer, which is part of the why they're a bit of a struggle. So there is, I don't remember what position that was. Okay, R38. Let's start to mark stuff off here. It is going to get complex. 2, 3, and 5, and 4 are in. I said that's R36. Keep looking for 1K spots. There's one there. That is R35. Wow, lots of 10K, 10K, 1K at R30. Okay, that was just weird. R30. $10K, 2.2. 1K, there is R1. R41 to 45. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. I am short a resistor for some reason. Guess I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41. 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How am I short a resistor here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm confused. I'm very confused how I seem to be short a resistor. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm confused. R1. R1, R35, R36, R30. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I really cut one short of what I needed? It sure looks that way. Oh, it was still hanging there. It just fell off. Sometimes I am my own worst enemy. Good, I did cut the right amount. Just one of them stayed attached. So as you can see, this is just going to be a laugh a minute. I just did that as a 0.5, and these were better as 0.4s. I've already determined that. But it is what it is. I like the pads are nice and generous. See, there's one up here. For most of these, they're not super teeny tiny. I mean, a lot of these are using dip you know, on 0.1 centers that are meant for dip packages for these discretes, but that look like they've never been soldered to, which is really, really nice that I got it that clean. So there it is. First time potentially ever on at least high definition video, if not video ever, resistors being stuffed onto an MMD-1 MI board. And there is our start. We have those resistors in place. As you can see, there's a whole lot more to go, and I won't bore you with the installation of all those, but I'll just continue working my way through the resistors, and we will pick back up in video when I move on to probably diodes or sockets or something. Anyhow, I will see you in a future video. This one has droned on long enough to get, what, 13 resistors soldered in? Jeez, ridiculous. So hope to see you in the next video. We'll talk soon.